Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about lakes and their types. Any hollow depression on the earth's surface which is filled with water permanently is known as lakes. The water of the lake can be fresh or it can be brackish or salty. But mostly the lakes are freshwater lakes. The highest lake in the world is Lake Titicaca, which is in South America. The height of Lake Titicaca above the sea level is 3,920 meters. Lake Titicaca is a freshwater lake. It lies between Peru in the west and Bolivia in the east. So, the world's largest saltwater lake is the Caspian Sea, which is also the largest inland sea. Inland sea means it is surrounded by land on all sides. It is surrounded by Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran, Azerbaijan, and Russia. The Caspian Sea was named after the Caspian tribe which used to live in this particular region. Lake Baikal, which is in Siberia, is the deepest lake of the world. It is so huge that it is often mistaken as a sea. The Dead Sea is the lowest lake in the world. It is a salt water lake. It is so salty that no microscopic aquatic organism can live here. The Dead Sea is bordered by Jordan in the east and the West Bank and Israel in the west. Then we talk about the world's largest array of large lakes, which is the Great Lakes of USA and Canada. The Great Lakes are basically a series of large freshwater lakes which are interconnected with each other. These lakes are Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, Ontario, which is in between Canada and United States. So let's talk about the types of lakes. The first type of lakes are the Rift Valley lakes. They are basically a series of fresh water as well as alkaline water lakes which are found in the eastern Africa and bordering Ethiopia. So due to earth tectonic movements, when the two plates move apart from each other, in between there is a fault which is created and the land gets subsided. So therefore, due to the subsidence in the Earth's crust, a hollow region is created, which is surrounded by block mountains on either sides, which then gets filled with water over the time. Therefore, rift valleys always have very steep sides, and the rift valleys also become deeper and deeper due to a lot of erosion. Therefore, in Africa, due to these plate tectonic movements, we do have several and series of lakes like Lake Tanganyika, Lake Albert, Lake Edward, Lake Victoria, Lake Turkana, Lake Malawi, Lake Kivu. All these are examples of such Rift Valley lakes. So, Lake Tanganyika is very famous because large flocks of flamingos come, and these are pink flamingos which feed on crustaceans. Crustaceans are in the form of fishes, shrimps, krills, lobsters, and crayfish. Other such examples of Rift Valley lakes are Lake Baikal in Siberia, Nyasa in Central Africa, the Dead Sea, as well as the Sea of Galilee, which was basically formed due to subsidence along the faults. Lake Galilee, which is also called as Lake Tiberias, which is in Israel, is a very, very deep lake. This particular lake has got a lot of religious significance as the Christians believe that Jesus Christ he walked on this water and ceased the violent storms that used to occur in those days on this particular lake. The next type of lakes are the lava dam lakes, which have been formed due to the flow of lava of a volcanic crater. Sometimes lava flows across a valley, and this valley becomes very deep with time. This is actually a formation of natural dam, as this obstructs the flow of streams. So, lava dam are basically created by the flow of molten lava and deposited by pyroclastic material. What are pyroclastic material and debris? So, pyroclastic materials and debris are the rock fragments which have been ejected from an active volcano. Such an example of a lava dam is Lake Taupo, which is in New Zealand. It is the largest surface lake of New Zealand. This is formed on a large crater, which is in the form of a caldera right now. A caldera is basically a very deep depression which is formed due to volcanic eruption. It is in the form of a cauldron, that is why it is called as caldera. So, the third type of lake is called as crater lake. Crater lakes are formed at the crater of a volcanic eruption, like the lava flow or the lava dam lake, which was formed by the flow of lava. The crater lake is formed when the violent volcano erupts. This volcano is normally extinct over the time period. It has got steep sides and basically the crater is circular in structure. Crater lakes are normally fed by rainwater or snow water. There is a crater lake in Oregon of USA. It has got a diameter of 10 kilometers and a depth of 600 meters. There is a spectacular example of a crater lake which is in India. This lake is called as Lake Lonar in the Buldana district of Maharashtra. This crater was formed due to meteorite collision. That is why this lake is very unique. This is a saline water lake and it is also declared as a wildlife sanctuary so that this lake can be conserved for the future. Another such crater lake is at Katmai, which is in Alaska. It was formed in 1912 and it contains warm water because this lake is basically volcanic. That is why it is containing warm water, even if it is in Alaska. Another type of lakes are the glacial lakes, which have been formed due to the action of glaciers. They are formed when there is a hollow or a depression which is scooped out because of glacial erosion. So they are great ice sheets, and these types of lakes are basically covered with ice. These lakes are very common in the Scandinavian countries. Scandinavian countries are basically Nordic countries. There are five Nordic countries, namely Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland. These countries are basically frozen northern countries. Such examples are Lake Winnipeg, which is in Canada, which is known for its beautiful beaches and its open waters. Such examples of glacial ice lakes are also found in Kashmir. Such examples are Wular and Dal Lake. Wular Lake is the second largest freshwater lake of Asia. Another special type of glacial lakes are called as tori or tarn, which are basically formed on a cirque, which is on a mountain top. So they are called as mountain lakes or pond lakes, and they are filled with moraines. Such example is Lake Fear of Clouds in New York. The last type of lakes are the man-made lakes, which are being constructed by human beings. So they are constructed lakes. They are formed by damming the rivers. So they are basically formed for specific reasons like irrigation of fields or production of hydroelectricity or providing water or maybe for damming purposes. There are several types of such lakes found in India. So these are basically artificial lakes. Such an example is Lake Mead in Arizona. Another such exceptional example of human engineering is Lake Nevada, which is the world's largest artificial lake, which is constructed along the Colorado River. Around 40 million people depend upon this river for water and for hydroelectricity. That is why this river is very easily drying up. Lakes should be protected from becoming dried up and getting extinguished because they are a huge source of water. They even moderate the climatic conditions, provide rainfall, help in navigation and transportation, as well as in fisheries. These lakes also store excessive water from the rivers and acts as storage reservoirs for irrigation purposes. The water of lakes can also be harnessed to provide with hydroelectricity. Apart from all these advantages, lakes also form very beautiful scenery and also places of recreation and tourism.